Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy David Maney here for Carnival Spirits, Ninjas in Action. Here's for our weekly topic, and our weekly topic this week is biopics of dead celebrities. Is there a certain one you folks like to see? Um, for me, the biopic I always wanted to see, I got a chance to see back in 2000, and I believe it was 5 or 6, I can't remember, but it was Walk the Line. Of course, I'm a huge Johnny Cash fan. But there's one that's coming out, and I think it's going to make a great biopic, and it's going to touch the nerves with people, especially wrestling fans and well, just people in general that like to follow murder cases and such. Some people probably don't think this man should have a movie about his life, and it's this man right here, Chris Benoit. Um, it was reported that they're making a movie about Benoit's life. Um, it's been in the work for a few years, but I guess they're actually greenlighting the project, and it's going to be directed by Lexi Alexander, who directed Green Street and Punisher Warzone. And it's based off of the book Ring of Hell, the story of Chris Benoit and the fall of the pro wrestling industry. So, but yeah, my thoughts on it is I'm looking forward to it. Not because I'm a wrestling fan, but I think his story needs to be told. What he did was terrible. For those that's not familiar with the Benoit story, and I don't know why he wouldn't be, because it was like on the news, like hardcore back in late 2007. Chris Benoit was a professional wrestler working with the WWE. He held several titles. He wrestled all around the world for all sorts of different organizations. My first encounter of seeing Benoit wrestle was when I was a junior in high school. We went to Nitro, saw him wrestle. Huge fan ever since. Along with him and Eddie Guerrero, his best friend. And so I've been following his career ever since about the mid '90s, and he was an incredible talent. The man could do it all. Great technical wrestler. Not so much on the mic though. He really didn't have a lot of a lot to say on the mic, but just the way he carried himself, you were like, this dude's a fucking badass. And for those that have read or listened to Violent J's book, Behind the Paint, he kind of talks briefly about Benoit, and he shared a story about the time when him and Vampiro and Shaggy were waiting to do promos, and somebody knocked. It was Vampiro that knocked on the door of the promo booth and ran off, and Benoit came out and got in Jay's face and yelled at him. And Benoit was the type of dude I probably wouldn't like to piss off. But his friends said that he was a very, very nice guy. Kind of eerie, kind of a loner. Chris Jericho was a very good friend of his, along with Eddie Guerrero. And so they had nothing but high praises for Benoit. And it was kind of a shock. It really was, because he always talked about how much he loved his wife, and I'm sure he did. How much he loved his kid. I think with Benoit, I think it was, I think a lot of it had to do with injury. I think the man just didn't think, because of all the injuries and trauma to his head over the years doing professional wrestling. His wife was a female wrestling performer, Nancy, who's also known as Woman. So she was in the industry too. So she knew exactly what kind of business he was into and stuff. And the two met when they were performers in ECW. And and they had a small son named Daniel. And I believe he was Benoit's second kid, I believe. Actually, I think one of his sons right now is training to be a professional wrestler. So, but I'm looking forward to this movie, Crossface. I hope the project continues. Um, it's going to be a very controversial movie. Um, I hope it shows the wrestling world in a positive light. How much it's changed since this tragedy has happened. The WWE has taken tremendous amounts of protection for their wrestlers since then. Um, despite what some may say, I know that there is no more headshots to the chair with the chair, or chair shots to the head. That's what I meant to say. There is no more of those. If the wrestlers are caught doing it, it is a huge fine for them. And there's been moves that have been banned, so that the wrestlers can't perform because of this. They're trying to prevent their performers from getting these injuries. I think a lot more could be done. I mean, these guys are on the road 300 some days a year. They're, without an off season. Me personally, I think they should rotate the roster. But hey, you know what? That's a topic for a different video. So, what about you folks? What would you like to see? Any particular a celebrity biopic you would like to see? And what do you guys think about this Chris Benoit movie? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? We at Carnival Spirits want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what the rest of the guys from Carnival Spirits has to say. This is your boy David Mania. Have a good rest of the week. Whoop whoop and peace.